So I assume some of our followers are probably expecting a video on some of the cool new tractors we picked up recently, which were the Classic 190, the 1972 Case Demonstrator 444, or the elusive 4118D diesel two-owner machine we picked up. I know some of you guys probably were thinking that's what this video is. Those videos are to come, but right now we wanted to give you a little introduction of who we are and what we are as a company and a little background on us, and that's what this video is about. I hope you stick around and watch it till the end. Thanks a lot. All right, we wanted to do this video for a while, and the title might get you a little bit because it's going to be where we've been and introduction and what's to come. But we've been busy, so we've been not getting videos out like we want. People don't realize the amount of time and money it takes to do videos, and the editing and after the recording. It adds up quick, so we've been busy and we want to get some more out. We're going to do some different videos. We're going to have some more how-tos and tutorials, obviously. I know a lot of you guys like those, appreciate those, and we appreciate all the feedback. And we're going to do some tool and product reviews, and of course some more action videos. And we want to hear from you what videos you guys want to see. We're excited to do some tool reviews and get into that. We've got an abundant amount of tools and products and shop stuff. We've got a little different take on it. We work on a little bit of everything from specializing obviously in the Case Ingersolls and in the commercial garden equipment. I used to be a dairy farmer, so that's my main background, and worked on a lot of heavy equipment, a lot of tractor trailers and farm equipment. And by no means say I'm a heavy equipment mechanic or anything like that, just have a little bit of a knowledge. A little bit of knowledge and everything. So by no means an expert in one thing, but we do what we can and get by with what we can. And my name's Ryan.
And I'm Melanie.
So we appreciate all the business you guys have been showing us and the love and the social media. Since the launch of our website, parts sales have been awesome. And it's really gotten us out there and people, even for service and stuff, we've gotten a lot more people to recognize us on the website. The website gets great traffic. And then the new website is caseingersolltractors.com. That's tractors with an S. And it's not only parts. We've got a lot of information on there, a lot of pictures, a little bit of history, a lot of information on the Case Ingersoll brand, garden tractors, why Case Ingersoll, first owners, what you do when you first get a home, and all kinds of stuff. So definitely check it out. We appreciate that. The parts we offer are mainly parts that we stock, that we use, that are common parts, that we go through the most, and we want to offer them to you guys. We can get just about anything that's still being made and offered through the Ingersoll distributors and whatnot. And but we list mainly the bigger things. We put custom kits together, so stuff's plug and play for you. You order one kit and you can do hopefully the whole job with everything we give you, from the hardware all the way down to the major components. And we do the legwork of putting these kits together, getting the right part numbers together for you. And all you got to do is open the box and watch one of our videos, hopefully, to put it together, and you're all set. If you just want to click and go, a full tune-up kit or a full banana plate kit, a full hydraulic hose kits, so you got all the hoses to swap over on your loader, not just one.
No, I just think that the purpose of the website was not only to be able to put some of those kits together, but really to be a spot for some resource for a lot of the questions that we get often. Everything from quick service things to some of the history, like Ryan said. So just somewhere to share a little bit of what we do, who we are, what we have here, what's gone through here, along with maybe being a little bit of a helpful resource locations for people to go to, was kind of the main goal and purpose of the website.
Yep, we do sales, service, and parts. So
yep.
Our business model is a little different than some of the other guys out there. We source our parts through other Ingersoll dealers and distributors on purpose. We do plenty of volume where we could go direct, no issue. But we rather support and keep these other guys in business too. We don't look as anybody as competition, but we all work together. We're friends and close friends with some of these dealers, and prefer to go through them and help support them, and maybe make a little bit less than we would go direct. But if you're buying from us, you're also helping a couple other guys down the line. And that's how we want to keep it going. The garden tractor community is a great community. The Case Ingersoll community is a fabulous community. And we want to see everybody stay in business. And there's plenty of tractors out there and plenty of business for all these dealers and for all of us to share and help you guys out. So that's why we kind of go through there. And you'll notice we don't have a lot of small parts on our website. And that also leads into why we're not just parts dealers. There's some guys out there that they just do parts. And they've got the time and they've got the volume
and they can look up little parts, and they're already moving 10, 15 orders a day of little parts, and the volume helps them. But since we do sales and service, we move a lot of tractors. It's slowed down a little bit, but we move dozens in case Ingersolls a year on average. And that takes a lot of time to get them ready. 90% of them that we sell are completely serviced, tuned up, top to bottom, fluids, filters, repairs. They're ready to go. And that's kind of our clientele, mainly in the area we're at. We're in a very high market for things. And the clientele we have tend to not turn a ton of wrenches and don't want to turn a ton of wrenches. They just want a nice, reliable, heavy duty machine and look at it as an investment. And then we also do a fair amount of service. So for either one of us to stop what we're doing to go and pack up, you know, an $8, $10, $12 part, and then go and ship it and do the label, pull the order off the website, it takes time, and we're actually losing money on those parts because we're not turning wrenches and getting our shop labor rate or turning out, you know, machines to sell. So it's not that we don't do smaller parts. We try to do the things that are going to make us money because this is a business. At the end of the day, this is what I do full time, and our shop rates vary. And you know, it's 2023, but depending on what's going on and what kind of repair, whether it's body work or welding, fabricating, turning wrenches, but we're $85 to $110 an hour. We're definitely the cheapest in the area. Where our market is, most shops are 100 to 150 an hour. Our overhead is quite a bit lower, and that's why we can do that. We try to put the savings onto the customer. But for me to stop what I'm doing and turn down a $100 an hour job in the shop to go sell a $10 or $15 part, it just doesn't make sense. You'll see we have add-on parts on some of our kits and stuff, and you can add on a $10 part or $15 part. If somebody wants a bunch of little stuff, we put orders together, and we obviously do that. Same reason we don't do a bunch of comparison price shopping too, because it takes a lot of time. There's some people out there that, you know, every nickel and dime they're worried about, and I get that, but it takes me time to go and call up, get current prices, get current inventory, figure out shipping to wherever it's going, and then for someone to say, oh, well, I can get it $10 cheaper after I just put a half an hour into this, is just, it's frustrating. So that's why we don't do a lot of the smaller stuff and whatnot, and don't try to do the price competition thing. That, you know, we almost intentionally are slightly higher than some places for that. And we also hope everybody appreciates our YouTube videos, and an extra couple bucks on a product doesn't matter to them because they got something from our video, or the hundreds of Facebook messages and group posts and emails and phone calls that we answer and do every week. That a few dollars, you know, to them is well worth the hopefully advice and service we provide to them. I guess we'll really quickly why we decided to do YouTube. I guess that leads into that. We sat down and said we've got to do something a little different here, because I was literally spending 10 to 15 hours every week troubleshooting, fixing people's tractors over the phone, over the internet, emails, phone calls, Facebook, you name it. And that's a lot of time. I know most of you guys wouldn't work for free for 10 or 15 hours every week. You know, we're talking 40 hours a month. No one's going to volunteer their 40-hour a week paycheck. And we can't do it either. I like helping people and do what we can. So the YouTube initially started with, we get a lot of calls. How do I change my hydraulic fluid? How do I adjust points? Or how do I do this? So now I can send you guys to the YouTube channel, watch the video. Then if you got a problem, we'll try to talk and correspond one way or the other, back and forth, to walk you through it. So it's helped out a lot that way. That was the initial reason. Anybody thinks anybody that's going to be making money or getting rich off YouTube, you better do your research. Sure, there's some people out there that make millions a year. I'd love to see the statistics, because I don't know if there's more people winning the lottery every year making millions of dollars, or more people on YouTube making millions of dollars. But either way, you know, it's really kind of pennies. I don't even think we've made enough to pay for the camera equipment and stuff, to be honest with you. Hopefully, as more subscribers come and more videos come, that'll offset it. And the amount of time it takes to make videos, people don't realize, and there's a cost associated with that too. But going back to the YouTube originally, it's helped with those, and we still spend a lot of time helping you guys out on social media and emails, and you know, if I don't get 10 calls a day, it's a slow day for people just kind of asking questions or you know, kicking tires. You know, just think if you sat at your job all day and had a few random phone calls and people just kicking tires or wanting to do whatever service you provide for free over the phone all the time, how you feel about it. So again, I love helping people, and we do what we can, but I can't do it all day long for free for everybody. And then we got a lot of comments too. Don't you guys lose some business because you're doing a YouTube and people can go and fix their own equipment, and maybe there's probably some truth to that. But again, the amount of time it saved me from answering everybody's questions, where I can just send them to the YouTube, is paid off. And the exposure we've got, our parts business has picked way up since YouTube. I think the service area has picked up. We've got people that drive 8 hours away. We've got customers in Virginia, Southern Pennsylvania, Western New York, all of New England. We're in Connecticut, so we've got people anywhere from 8 hours to minutes away, and a fair amount of them drive 2 or 3 hours. I would say at least half our service clientele's 2 or 3 hours away. And nobody works on older stuff anymore, whether it's points, whether it's own ends. A lot of these shops are scared of hydraulics. They're scared of points, or the new techs have never seen points. So that's kind of where we're at with that end of it. But I think it's paid off. It's definitely paid off as exposure to our business and the website. And the little bit of business we might have lost tuning up someone's tractor here and there, it's all right. I'm glad. I love when people get out and wrench on their own stuff, and that's why I enjoy kind of helping some people when we do troubleshoot over the phone and stuff, because not everybody nowadays dives into something or has the confidence to try it. So I like to do it, and I like it. The young kids get into it, and I think that's awesome. And we talked to a few of them on the phone and a ton on Facebook, and really encourage that and get those guys doing their thing and learning and helping those guys out too, or those kids. Also, we want to do some tool room shop tours, our service truck tours. I don't know if any of you guys saw, we had a big F8000 service truck. It's an old heavy rescue fire truck, enclosed body. It's got a 18 foot enclosed service truck body. I turned into a service truck, all aluminum, cat diesel. So it's stacked, and it's about 25,000 pounds, and it's freighted with tools and supplies. We don't take it on the road right now. We don't need to, because we stay so busy here. Originally, it was kind of putting it together, thinking we're going to go wrenching on some equipment on the side, and this is just kind of taken off unexpectedly and unintentionally, but we're having fun doing it, and it's been successful, and we're going to continue to do it. But the service truck still serves as an awesome toolbox, and I love it. It's a fun project that we're always doing something with anyways. So I want to do a couple tours with that, show you guys what's in it and whatnot. We definitely want to know what kind of videos you guys want to see. We've got a ton of action videos of tilling and lawn mowing and snow blowing and all that kind of stuff, but we want to know what else you guys want to see too. What how-tos or tutorials that we don't have. We've got a bunch in line. It just takes so much time to edit. And making the videos, it takes a lot of time. And when I tell people it costs money, it goes back to the thing that you're pulling yourself out of your shop doing paying jobs or working on tractors, get ready for sale. But for example, depending on the job, but an hour job that I could turn out in my shop, if we're recording and doing a video, it probably takes me 2 to 3 hours to do.
And then that video takes twice as long to edit, so at least 6 hours, if not a lot more.
And the reason it takes longer to do the job is because I've got to explain everything. I've got to remember to explain everything. Sometimes I forgot to explain, and then I got to go back and redo what I just did so you guys can see it. When things are so second nature, you don't think about explaining it to somebody. So you're just already catching yourself doing the next step, because that's just part of the job. But when you got to stop and explain it, it takes a lot of time. And the other thing that we really try to balance, and I know as a YouTube viewer, I struggle with some people's videos, is our audience is, we've got guys that have been turning wrenches 50 years that watch our videos, and people that have never picked up a wrench. And to find that balance, how they can relate to you and I can explain something to them where the newcomer is not so lost that they actually could follow. And the guy that's been doing it for 50 years isn't sitting there like, come on, man, what are you doing? Let's go to the next step. Because I do myself the same thing watching videos, I don't need to see somebody unscrew every single screw or unscrew every bolt. And I don't need to see you paint, a full panel, you know what I mean? Just the key points we try to convey. So that's why we fast forward a lot of things, or I'll show you how we torque one bolt, and then the other 6 you don't need to see. And I hope we convey that to you guys. And, there's not so many people fast forward or getting frustrated because we're dragging. We try not to drag. Unlike this video is probably going to drag.
I was going to say, get to the point,
yeah.
would you?
So yeah, that's a real hard balance because I want these new guys and these young kids to be able to watch our video and be successful at whatever job they're doing. And I want the same guy that's been retching for 50 years that could probably, show me 10,000 things in a day that I'm doing wrong to be able to still watch my video and get something out of it or appreciate it. So that balance we really try to do, because when I'm working on something that I don't do all the time, or we'll have a truck or an excavator or pick up something new, the night before, I'm okay watching a 45-minute video because I'm preparing myself, looking at what's going on. And there's times I'm in the middle of the job, I don't want a 45-minute video. I want that 5-minute video to get me through what I'm working on right now, to hit the points so I can see it. I don't need a long explanation. The night before, the 45-minute video is good because it preps me into the next job.
5 minutes is way too long.
Yeah, sometimes. Absolutely. Especially you got grease on your hands, you're on the phone. Yeah.
30 seconds to the point.
Just get me to the point. Our website was a long time coming. We built it 100% by ourselves.
Yep.
We're not professional website builders, so it took a lot of time. We both have some background in photography and graphic design and marketing and stuff. We did quite a bit in the stock car industry. So that all kind of played in between the Photoshop and the websites. We did our websites we did when we were doing the racing thing and whatnot. So a little bit more than the average person, but definitely not professional web builders.
No.
But we're pleased with the way it came out, and we appreciate all the comments. And always open to criticism and constructive criticism. And most of you guys know I got big shoulders, and I don't worry about what these nons have to say about things. And we can take the comments, and I want to hear, if it's constructive criticism, I want to hear it. Absolutely. And I always want to learn new ways, because I don't call myself an expert, and I don't have the time to call myself a mechanic. We just do what we do, and I know what I know, and always looking for a better way or a different way, and want to hear people's experiences, and I'm all about that. And I try not to come off of as knowing it all or anything, or expert or anything like that. Because I learn stuff new every day, and I'll tell you what, I forget stuff every day too, especially as I'm getting older here. So some stuff I relearn. If I haven't done it in 6 months, I'm relearning it pretty quick. It's just part of life. But we appreciate all the kind words we've had, all the support, the emails, the messages, the phone calls, the support through the website. We're not only Case Ingersoll parts. We sell Kohler and Onan and Briggs and Stratton, which obviously you guys know we're in just about every brand. So a lot of it ties over. We've got a lot of custom parts that tie over. We put together custom kits and stuff that's a lot of stuff that's not even offered by Ingersoll, or we add to an Ingersoll kit. We got our heavy duty axle pins. Check out. We just coming out with some new loader pins we completely designed, and should be a far improvement of the original one or what else is out there. We've got a heavy duty travel linkage that's been super successful. We can't keep that in stock. We have it on eBay, but we have it on our website. We offer a fair amount of stuff on eBay and keep adding stuff because eBay's fees are crazy high, but you get a lot for it. So I don't complain about the fees, but we got to tack that price onto the product, and it's usually 15% or so. So we try to steer people to the website. Some people are more comfortable with eBay, and that's fine. But eBay has billions of people every day. Our website doesn't see billions of people. So for me to pay 15%, I'm okay with that to get the exposure that eBay offers and the advertising eBay offers. If you're more comfortable with eBay, we've got stuff on there, and if you see something in our store that you'd rather us, put on eBay for you, we do that too sometimes. Store is quick, secure payment. Just like any other website, credit cards and PayPal. Same thing with a person. We do credit cards, PayPal, cash. So we have that ability too. If there's products you guys want to see that we don't have on the site, let us know. But like I said, we're constantly adding custom and new stuff and things that might not necessarily be OEM case, but might be custom made by a small business. We like to support small businesses and veteran-owned businesses, and USA made as much as we can. That being said, it's 2023. It's hard to get USA stuff in a lot of situations, or where it's even close to being affordable. But where we can, we offer it, and we do it, and we support the little guy, and we hope people support us as being the little guy. Check out our eBay too. We've got literally, I think, about $45,000 worth of heavy equipment manuals on there listed right now. We had over 500 manuals. We sold a fair amount of them. Mostly Case IH, construction and ag, draught cranes. There was a fair amount of small engine stuff for Still and Kohler and Briggs and Stratton. Most of the manuals are for the bigger equipment. We do have some smaller case Ingersoll stuff here that we haven't offered for sale yet, that we're going to have some extras that might be for sale. But bulldozers and farm tractors and all that kind of stuff, basically from the 50s to the 90s. We have a ton of Case IH, International Harvester manuals, so check those out. And there's a lot of things. You'll notice on our website too, and eBay, we don't do returns. But you also notice our feedback scores are 100%, and there's all good reviews on Facebook and eBay and all that stuff. So we always make sure the customer is happy and the customer is taken care of. There's just so many scammers out there. There's so many opportunities to be scammed and people to use stuff and send it back, or order the wrong thing and then put on the tractor and then it comes back beat up and scratched up, and I can't sell it to somebody like that. I won't sell it to somebody like that. So that's why we do the no returns. Obviously, if you get something that got destroyed in shipping, or for some reason it was faulty to begin with, we take care of people. On used parts, we don't do many returns on there, but on some of the bigger dollar stuff, we photograph everything and mark it, where it's not super obvious somehow or another. Take a photograph, because I've sold used stuff, and people put my product on their tractor and sent me their old one back, and I knew exactly what it was. And just, we're a small business, we don't want to deal with that and don't want to absorb that. So that's why the no return policy is on there. And eBay, there's so many scammers out there and people that want to take advantage of you. So the same thing. But like I said, you'll notice we've got excellent feedback, excellent reputation. We pay our bills. We do what we say and say what we do. And we're very old school that way. And we treat people the way we want to be treated. And I treat people how they treat me, whether it's good or bad. That you give me the respect and treat me well, and I give it right back to you the same exact way. She's a little bit more patient than I am, so sometimes
What do you mean?
sometimes you might be talking to her because I'm having one of those days. And anybody that turns wrenches understands one of those days, and anybody that goes out in public in 2023 understands sometimes you have one of those days. For you local guys, we sell parts locally here. Obviously, we do the service here. Everything we do is by appointment.
Yeah.
We share our property, our business property with another business. One reason why we do it by appointment, and we like our schedule, and we're here doing stuff 95% of the time. But like I said, I was tied down farming 7 days a week, 365 days a year for years. So there's days when I want to go do something else, or I've got something else to do, or whatever. So that's why we don't do posted hours. By appointment, it works out best for everybody else, and that way there I can give you our undivided attention when you come to look at a tractor or drop your tractor off for service or pick up parts, and there's no other interruptions of other customers coming and going. I can spend time directly with you when you do the appointment. So that's why you don't see our address always listed and stuff, because again, it's by appointment. With just respect to the other business owner here and the property and everybody's time. So yeah, that's a little bit of who we are. Like I said, my background, I used to be a dairy farmer. I raised registered cattle and made a lot of hay and did all that stuff and really loved it. Didn't come from a farming background. I started working on a farm when I was 12, and long story short, by the time I was in my early 20s, I had my own farm business and my own cows and whatnot. And I did that for a while. And Connecticut's a tough place to farm. So it costs a lot. The people aren't very agricultural background, very agricultural friendly. And land and property and real estate out here is ridiculous, and people don't understand ridiculous until you look it up. Not necessarily farmland, but if you want to go buy an acre of land in Connecticut, it's not unheard of in many places to spend $100,000 to $200,000 for an acre of land. Farmland, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 is not unheard of in some places. It's just, it is what it is. And we're talking bare land. I mean, obviously you can buy houses with an acre for $300,000, $400,000 too, and stuff in places, but there's not a lot of land in one spot. There's a lot of farms out here that travel 25 and 30 miles to bring feed to their cattle from the field for harvesting, and they're traveling 30 miles for a 30-acre field, and then travel another 25 miles for a 10-acre field, and the economics just don't pan out real well. I decided to get out of it and get it. It's nice not being married to the farm and and we'll get back to some kind of farming, maybe making some hay and doing some beef cows and vegetables and some other stuff at some point. Once the market settles back down after this whole nuts COVID thing, especially out here on the East Coast, it's just the prices are insane. So that's kind of my background, and I've always wrenched on my own stuff. Always had to, being a farmer. And the Case Ingersoll stuff was just kind of a bug that I got one years and years ago, and then ended up getting some more, and then that turned into they just multiply. They're like gremlins. Another 8 or 10 here coming in the next month or so. But like I said, we move a lot, so they come and go. Yep. A handful of parts tractors. So that's kind of our background.
So I'm a farm kid from upstate New York, eastern New York, and ended up down in Connecticut, actually farm related, believe it or not, as well. So I'm not really closely related to the dairy industry anymore either, and I've been helping Ryan out part-time, full-time, part-time, whatever we want to call it, because I also have a full-time job. So I do what I can to help. I'm normally around when there's a camera. If the camera is really, really shaky, it's probably because I've been so busy for 6 days in a row and Ryan's sick of waiting for me. So I try to do my best and try to keep things rolling in the background, essentially. So I help when I can. I wrench when I can, but I'm doing a lot of the videoing and shipping, and so I'm the one you see in the background sometimes.
Yeah, she wrenches quite a bit. She's very good. I think she probably wrenches as much as she's doing all the other stuff. The shipping, she does 90% of it. The order to taking and fulfillment and all that stuff. So she does a lot of the background stuff and whatnot. The inventory we both kind of do on parts and try to stay on top of that. Parts have been flying recently, so it's been good. We keep a lot in stock, and the distributors and dealers we work with are really good, and most of them get stuff out 1, 2, 3 when we need it. So we hardly are ever out of stuff, but once in a great while we will be.
If it happens to you, I'm very sorry.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Case Ingersoll Tractors Northeast. We got Instagram. That's something very similar to that. And yeah, obviously Facebook, Case Ingersoll Tractors Northeast, and you guys know me on there as Case Ingersoll Gilbert. Follow us there. Our email, if you need to email us, is Case Ingersoll NE for Northeast. So it's caseingersollne@gmail.com. The website is Case Ingersoll Tractors with an S.com. We're going to be doing some more shirts. I don't know if you guys can see these or not, but these are just some simple shirts we designed with our logos on them. We're going to get into some more shirts, some cool swag with the tractors on them, with different model tractors, some cool graphics, if that's stuff you guys are interested. But I want to hear the feedback, because I don't want to tie up a bunch of money in a bunch of shirts and have them sitting here for a year to sell them. But if it's stuff you guys are interested in and want to see some different model tractors or a few of them together, that kind of stuff, we can design them and do it. Again, stuff's going up. I've got to reprice everything, but they're probably $30 t-shirts. So make sure when you say you're interested, you're really interested. I don't want to go order 100 or 200 shirts and have them sitting here for a year or two before they're sold out, because when we sell out one batch, we can design and do a whole different batch of different things. And we used to design the racing shirts and stuff, so we get that game and understand the shirt design and the sales. And I like to do a little bit smaller batches, so you can have one cool design, and then we can come up with another cool design, and not say we're sitting on 50 shirts.
Yep. So that way I can complain about having to ship them out, because people actually want them. They don't just sit here. Oh yeah, so comment below. Tell us if that's something you want, and if so, give us some ideas. What you think would be cool, what would work, what tractors you have. Just anything. Just wanted to introduce ourselves more than anything, and give you a bit of an idea, because I know a lot of our YouTube videos, you don't really see either one of us. Ryan talks a lot, and I think it's kind of not so much the masked man behind the video, but just because it's about the tractor, it's not about us. But we thought that at this point, maybe we should just kind of reach out, introduce ourselves a little bit, and tell you kind of what we're trying to get done. Hopefully that's coming across, and you guys are picking up what we're laying down.
Yeah. The introduction video, to me, maybe it was right or wrong, didn't make sense to do it when there was 300 subscribers. We're pushing 1,500 right now, and so now we're introducing ourselves to an audience, and obviously there's a lot more people. I mean, I think 8% of our views are subscribers, and I think that's kind of a statistic YouTube wide. So there's a lot of people that do watch our videos aren't subscribers, but be sure to subscribe. It really helps us out.
Yep.
It helps the video get out there so people can see it. The algorithm, when people are searching for how-to videos, ours will pop up. The more subscribers we got, the more videos, the more likes, the more comments. So that all helps. Obviously, it helps a little bit with the finances. That every subscriber we got,
Yep.
every video watch we got, every thumbs up, that all helps a little bit. But like I said, the money right now is so small. It's minute, but hopefully it'll get somewhere where we can upgrade our equipment. We can upgrade our camera equipment. Maybe buy some bigger things to try out and do tool reviews or product reviews on for you guys. Maybe do some giveaways. So we're hoping just to keep reinvest that YouTube money because I'm not worried about it for paying bills. I just want to keep turning into making this channel a little bigger and give back to you guys and give back to our customers. And we appreciate the customers coming to us. But we appreciate it. If you guys keep supporting us for buying parts, that's great too. We do have a Patreon. We're not excellent on it, and we're going to probably do something along the lines of offer some communication to the Patreon members for direct tech support and that kind of stuff. Because we want to keep helping, and like I said, we've got to get compensated for it. It only makes sense. Everybody wants to be compensated for what they do for a job, and it might be a way to offer our services to you guys for a fair fee, being a Patreon member, and still be able to reach out to you guys, say, listen, yeah, I can help you. If you're a Patreon member, and might be able to cut back a little bit of the 25 to 50 calls a week and emails and Facebook messages. And again, I'm not complaining to you guys or anything, because I know people get frustrated, they get stuck, they want to get something fixed. I've called people before too. I get it. And sometimes I'm having a bad day. I might be short with somebody. I apologize, but you got to realize you are probably number 12 in the last 3 hours, and I'm underneath a tractor with oil in my face. And as much as I'd like to see you fix your tractor, I'd like to get paid for what I'm doing too. So, but I try to be patient with everybody and do what I can. But just put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and whatever your career might be. If you had 10 or 15 random people that are 1,000 miles away calling you up, I'm not sure how much you'd be offering for free advice on a daily basis. We do the email. Email works out all right.
Yeah.
We try to get back to people who email questions. That is much more doable for us and less frustrating, because it's not the middle of the day in the middle of a project. I can get back to you at night and hopefully help you out there and go that way. And same thing with the Facebook messages. We try to follow up with those pretty quick too.
However, there's quite a few of you out there that have reached out for a lot of help, and when it came time to buy parts or to financially have the ability to do the upgrades you wanted to do, you did buy through us. So we do appreciate that, and we do recognize that, and thank you for that. And we are glad that we were able to help you out until you got to the point where you could do what you wanted to do with your machine.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, no, I do almost always try to answer the phone calls or the emails and stuff. So it's not that we don't do it. It just sometimes gets to a point where we can't do it. We do appreciate all the business, and I look at everyone that calls or emails as a potential customer, so we try to do that. So if you guys have questions, we're here. If you can do our chat on our website, if you can do the chat on Facebook or email, we prefer that. And then a lot of that time that leads to phone calls, but then it's kind of on my time. I'll call you when I get a minute. And it's much more effective for both of us, because I'm sitting down and thinking about your problem and calling you when I've got a free minute instead of when I'm in the middle of something. So just because you email or chat doesn't mean we're not going to talk. There's a lot of times we will.
And that's how-to videos happen. So when you're guy number 5 that is asked the same question within 5 weeks, it's pretty apparent that we probably should put a video together.
Yeah.
So it's good to know what you guys are running into troubles on. So it's just, we can't always answer right away, but we try.
Yeah. Yep. I've got dozens and dozens of hours of footage sitting to get edited. I've got a lot of guys asking about carburetor videos. I've had them sitting on the computer for a year. I haven't got to them yet.
We're trying.
The banana plate for the loader, that video is going to be hopefully coming up soon. That one's going to be editing disaster, but that's another story for another day. We've got pulling Briggs & Stratton Vanguard motors out. We're going to do the Onan and Kohlers pretty quick. They're a simple thing, but again, some of our clientele or our viewers never done it, never picked up a wrench. So we kind of overlooked those simple ones, and people started asking for them, and so that's why we did them. For someone who does a wrench all the time, it can be intimidating pulling a motor out of the tractor. and once you do it, it's not a big deal.
Yep.
In sealing intakes, we provide a sealing service and we reseal intakes, but we're gonna have a video to show you guys how to do it. Some people want to tackle it and some won't. Same thing with the rebuilding carburetors. People send us carburetors all the time. We rebuild them. Hydraulic cylinders. We've got videos and footage on that. How to rebuild the cylinders on your tractors, and same thing. Some people say, "Oh, it's going to take some business away." It will, but it'll free up some time, and it'll expose us. And maybe people will buy their resale kits from us because they watched the video. That's the kind of stuff we're hoping for. They buy the parts through us because they appreciate the service through the video that we provided. We also do full-blown restorations and stuff for people locally and whatnot, so that takes a lot of time.
We just got a lot going on. Just a lot of different directions.
The dog kind of pretends to help. I mean, that's about as much help as he usually does, but unless you're trying to break in the house, he's a big help. It's a different story that way. He's not real keen on strangers coming in. But and the other thing, we always try to put links in our descriptions of the tools we use, because we've always getting people message us, how do you like that tool, or where'd you get that tool, or what is that tool, or that product. It's not even just tools. It could be oil, it could be material for stuff we're using. So they're in there. They're an Amazon affiliate link. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically we get a very small percentage if you click on that link and then buy anything through Amazon. It doesn't necessarily have to be that product within 24 hours, and it doesn't affect your price at all. So you can go on there and buy a wrench that's listed for $25. It's still $25 to you, and we'll get a fraction of a percent or whatever it is. It depends what it is. It just every little bit helps. It's just part of the YouTube thing and whatnot. And again, that money's all going to go back into this social media and YouTube thing. Again, that's where the tool reviews coming up are going to come. I've got a bad addiction. I buy a lot of tools and stuff, and there's worse habits out there, I'm told. So. Yeah. And truth be told, when I was farming, I've farmed with every tractor. I've run every kind of tractor out there, and my favorite have always been for farm tractors, Olivers and Whites by far. Just I think you can't beat them, and especially for the price, they're awesome tractors. They're strong. They're heavy. Case makes a darn good farm tractor too. I liked some of the later 94 series and the big 4-wheel drive tractors and stuff. I ran a few of those and was happy with those. And ran plenty of internationals and John Deere's and some models of those I liked a lot too, and some not so much. But when it comes to farm tractors, I mainly had Olivers and Whites. So the case thing was after farming for the most part, and I wasn't a huge fan of the earlier case tractors, and that's where I got my first opinion, like the 930s and 900 series and all that stuff. I know some people swear and love those things. I didn't. And I preferred the Olivers and Whites from the 60s and 70s and 80s over the cases. The cases I did like I said, was late 70s, early 80s, and right before they got into this Case IH and the transition. Obviously, the tractors after were some darn good tractors too. Her family farms with all big modern Case IH tractors and combines, and yep. They're all red right now, and fairly new tractors. I mean, I think most of them are within 5 or 10 years or newer, but they used to run all older
they'll
stuff.
argue there's lots of old stuff around.
I said they used to run a lot of old stuff, but what they're actually using in the field is newer
fairly
stuff.
new.
But yeah.
I feel like that was true confessions right there.
Could be. I know. I don't have the Case underwear for the tractors. Might fund some of these guys, but garden tractors, you can't beat them. Nobody's going to change my mind. I've worked on just about everything and owned just about everything. And the reason we chose to specialize in this is because I believe in them so much, and I'm impressed by them so much, and the build quality. And they've got such a unique tractor, and they're a true commercial garden tractor. There's not many out there like that. Mm-hmm. Not knocking the other stuff out there, which was more tailored towards homeowners and a shorter lifespan, where these were built for a lifetime, and that's why they were sold with lifetime warranty for a while. And that's why there's so many still going that are 50, 40, 30, 20 years old, 15 years old, that still run like new. And there's plenty that are older than that. There's a lot of from the Case tractors from the 60s still going, but we see dozens a year from the 70s and 80s and 90s in awesome shape.
Yep.
And we've got ones that are, probably 10 to 15 years old. The latest ones come off the line, and we've got a few here. So the product, go to our website, learn about why Case Ingersoll, and we stand behind and believe it. And it's because I believe in the tractor and the product is why I chose to specialize in them and essentially sell only Case Ingersoll tractors and products. And the market's been great for us. It's worked. It's been a niche market, and the tractors kind of sell themselves.
Keeping it double.
That's it.
Your
I know.
messenger.
Yeah, all day. Phone calls, texts, messenger, emails. Tough getting stuff done when this is literally this has actually been pretty quiet during the video.
Impressively so.
Yeah. So if you got a question and stuff, go to YouTube first. Watch our tutorials, then get a hold of us. And if you're gonna,
because pro tip, he's gonna send you YouTube first.
yeah, I'll send you YouTube first.
That's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
anyhow,
and tell everybody, listen, go watch the video. If you get hung up, we'll talk. I promise.
So if you call and say I watched the video and I still have a question about,
I'm gonna quiz you on the video. Make sure you really watched it.
that'll definitely put you to the front of the response line.
Yep. And again, not asking for business, but if you take 10, 15, 20 minutes of my time and I solve your problem or you need parts, we'd hope you go through us and maybe spend a few extra dollars. And we might not always be the cheapest, although we are cheaper on a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff we're not. But I'd hope that our effort helping you, whether it was on social media or on the phone or even you watching a video, that you support us through our store, if nothing else. That's how I work too. I always make sure if I'm asking somebody questions or whatever, I get the parts through them, or I send them some money, or do a little gift. And again, not asking for anything, just I guess old school behavior, common decency, handshake kind of stuff, and we appreciate it. It goes a long way. Be sure to subscribe. And listen, I fall asleep to YouTube often. Just if you guys fall asleep to YouTube, just put it on our playlist or our channel. It'll give us the hours, the views. It'll help us out tremendously. And so I'm just saying, if you're gonna fall asleep to YouTube and you want to help us out, and I do it to a lot of channels too, and that's another thing. We'll probably get into some of the channels we watch. We watch all kinds of different things, and YouTube is a cool community, and it's cool with the creators and the viewers. And we've got some friends that have some great channels out there. So we got a buddy up in the next state above, in Massachusetts, not too far away, and him and his family got a great channel called Build a Lot Acres, and we talk about YouTube and ideas, things back and forth. And we're gonna do a video together really soon. And it's cool to support each other out like that, and see each other's channel grow and go back, troubleshoot stuff with YouTube and what we can do better. And it's a cool little different community, different world that we got exposed to fairly recently. It's only been, I think, a year and a half or so. Yeah. And we're having fun with it. We're enjoying it. Besides the time it takes, the rest of it, it's a good time, and the final results are fun. I met a lot of good people. We've got people that comment our videos that I would have never talked to, or they would never called me and stuff. And I know what they're doing in their garden and what they're doing, and what they're doing with their family, not just their tractors. So it's opened up a lot of doors and relationships by just doing some simple how-to videos. Essentially, there wasn't a lot out there, and there still isn't a ton out there for the Case Ingersoll garden tractors and some of the own-end engine stuff. And we just show you guys what we do and how we do it. And I'll tell you, it's the best way to do it, the only way to do it, just the way we do it. And that's how I hope it comes across, and how we share our knowledge, our experience with it. And there's always more than one way to skin a cat, and I'm well aware of that. And like I told you before, always looking to learn and hear new things. I'm pretty humble that way. Oh, and don't forget our awesome signs out. We stuck in a corner of the dining room to do this video, so hope you guys appreciate that. And obviously, I've got a very cool woman here. These are all going to go somewhere someday. I'm not sure where we're going to put them yet. I don't really think I want to stick them outside because they're getting harder to get, and they're in great shape, and they're pretty cool. And this is just a touch of our manuals. Actually, these are 95% all Case Ingersoll contents inside of these. I've got probably 3/4 of them out in the shop. Same thing, Case Ingersoll manuals, parts, and factory dealer service manuals, not just the consumer dealer manuals, and operator manuals, and whole other kinds of cool sales brochures, and a lot of kind of fun memorabilia, belt buckles with Case Ingersoll tractors. So again, thanks for all the watching, all the comments.
Yep.
Hopefully it didn't bore you with this video. If you want to see some other videos with us, talking about life and personal stuff in the business and not always wrenching or riding on a tractor, if you like this and want to see more of that, obviously comment down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and watch our videos, share our videos, and let your friends know about us. And leave a comment below and let us know what you think. And don't forget to visit kzingersolltractors.com. And this isn't really a tutorial, but we got a sign off line. Everybody's got a sign off line on YouTube, and I couldn't leave it alone either. So remember, if man built it, man can fix it.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.